just say who you are and company, please. Slowly and carefully, because, you know, when you're in your 70s, it's a little difficult to always hear everything properly.
Mr. President, my name is Richard Barclay. I'm with Manila North Harbour.
Can you please move a little bit? You
Closer.
can bend your head or bring it up.
Is that better?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's better.
My name is Richard Barclay. I'm from Manila North Harbour. I'd just like to ask Mr. President, there was the talk about reducing monopolies, duopolies, and allowing people to choose the most efficient way of moving their products or goods or transport into and out of the country or within the country. Seems not to be moving as fast as what it could be, even though there are some laws in place. I wondered what your thoughts were on, which you mentioned some time ago when we spoke
Yes,
several months ago. Yeah.
the only way to have these things cheaper, actually, electric and telecommunications, is to open up for competition. So you'll just do away with monopoly in the sense that you allow other players outside to enter into the picture. And that would lower everything, including energy. I'm sure of that. I'm not trying to, Rod here used to be the Vice President of Globe, but he's now a cabinet member, so his interest is for the people. I am ready to open these things about public utilities, especially energy and technology.
I think the issue with Richard is that there are two operators in Manila Port, and one of them controls all the cargo, and the other is not allowed to control cargo. So it can't handle cargo even though it has the capability to do so.
Yes. We'll have, I said, competition.
Yeah.
But you must have something there also big enough to accommodate all players. That is why, for example, whatever it is in the import-export business or in the handling of the arrastre and everything, you have to have something bigger than what you have now. But I said, if you open everything to competition, and even the building of new wharf here, wharf there, and allow competition to come in, it would surely redound to the benefit of the ultimate beneficiaries, and that is the Filipino people.
Somebody else have a question?
I'm ready for that.
Can we get a question, please? Everybody too scared? Craig, you want to say something about the IT BPO industry? Because I think that's a major problem or worry today. I don't think it is a real worry, but I think it's a perceptual worry. Perhaps you can explain that.
Mr. President, I'm Craig Rhines with Sitel.
Which is a big IT call center business.
We work in the business process outsourcing industry. And we've been lucky enough to have opportunities to meet and understand some of your views on the development of the industry in the Philippines, its importance to the growth of jobs, and especially in the provinces. Have had an opportunity to speak a little bit with Secretary Sal Lima this evening as well as with Director General Plaza. One of the biggest concerns that our clients have right now is something going to change? Is the administration going to change the policies, the investment incentive structures? Will there be some sort of a change in the development and the ability to continue to develop the industry that may spook or create concern from some of our investors?
Forget your fears. This is a democracy. We follow the free enterprise. there will be changes. There will be changes for the better, not to kill businesses. You can stop worrying. It's actually a product of the other side. They would like to create an economic situation whereby there will be a tilt of balance there somewhere and destroying the economy and blame it on me. I am a lawyer and I believe in free enterprise. I believe in democracy. That's why I run for president. I'm duty bound by the Constitution. And about the outsourcing there, I would even guarantee to you that the Philippines would honor its contractual obligations. Unlike the previous administrations, they were known for the notoriety of not honoring contracts or bending the rules. It will not happen during my term. I assure you, it will not happen. Bending the rules in favor of somebody, that's bullshit again. This is a free enterprise. You can come in, invest, and do not worry about, well, of course, taxes, but that is not a matter within me. It's Congress who fixes how much you pay. But if it's a matter of erasing you from this place, I'm encouraging you to place more. Davao City is one place where there's a great activity of outsourcing, especially BPO. Forget it. Do not believe in that garbage. I am not that. I am not that stupid. They would like to picture me as one, but you know I'm brighter than them. You know why? Because if they are brighter than me, then they are now here in Malacanang lording it over.
I take it a little bit further. In fact, on contract violations by the last administration, President Duterte has already ordered his cabinet to correct all those violations of the last cabinet, of the last administration. So those contracts will be corrected, and I think this is a very positive step. Karen, you had...
We will honor contracts. You can bet on it. With my life, not yours, actually.
I think we need your life to stay around, if you don't mind.
So, Mr. President, I'm
Yes,
Karen Batungbakal de Venecia, and I'd like to thank you. I'm on the board of the BPO organization called ITBPAP, IBPAP, and thank you very much for all your support. You wrote a wonderful letter of support for our industry, which we announced during our October summit, and we truly appreciate the support of both Secretary Dominguez, Secretary Lopez, and Secretary Salanima of DICT, who at any time have been very willing to answer questions, engage with us, work with us. Secretary Pernia as well. We thank your government for continuing to support us. So,
Yes,
and we do look forward to bringing more jobs here. So, and to all the parts of the world, so of the Philippines. Thank you very much, po.
Come on, guys. I'm sure you know somebody from Davao. And you must know that how vibrant the industry is in Davao. I said I was mayor for 23 years. I'm not pulling my own chair, but I would say that I'm one of those who made what Davao is today. The growth rate, it's 9%, the highest. So why would you drive away investors if? Do not believe in that garbage. Always there's the Constitution, and we would follow contractual obligations. I will not condone bending of the rules. That's a thing which I will never do. I assured you there is no graft and corruption. Tell me, I said you have Peter here as the conduit, if I may use the word, and just tell me what happened. Or you have Ruben Lopez there, you have Rudy, and just tell them the truth, the plain truth, and I will take care of it. Or if you do not like the secretary, or if you do not want to talk to those people because of a bad experience in the past, You give me your application. And I said, I will run it. I will run the grid for you.
Another question, please? Yes, David.
David Straw, New Zealand Ambassador. Mr. President, it was a pleasure to have you in Auckland a few weeks ago. Hope you come back. And it was also a great pleasure for me to be in your hometown in Davao a few weeks ago. I stayed there for 5 whole days, and I sensed a tremendous amount of dynamism in your economy, and it was great to get to know the people of Davao. So, you know, you've done a tremendous job there. Well done. But I'd like to ask you about a really big year next year when you'll be the chair of ASEAN. What do you hope to achieve in that year, and what's your impression so far of ASEAN? Thank you.
Well, one thing is that we lack the connectivity. We have to have our own BIMP-IAGA. We have to create an economy over there. The reason why the Abu Sayyaf really prospered is simply there was a time when there was this barter trade and nobody was messing up with it. Of course, the organized crime there were done by some people in the government, especially policemen. That's why there was this thing about a firefight, and the general battalion was killed there because somebody went up to his stair, to his, but he was a policeman. And this barter trade was good. It provided livelihoods to many people, especially the Moro. But what was wrong was that there was some control and monopoly in the flow of goods there because of corruption of the police. So the Philippine Constabulary, and they are up to this kind of thing. You know, the policemen, not so much about the army, because the army does not exercise, it does not enforce the laws. They are just in the camp and they go out with the permission of the camp commander. So they're less worried about army. But police, they go out there every night to enforce the law. And because of maybe, do you know that the entry pay of the police everywhere is 14,000? That's the entry fee. That's the salary. So what I did is I doubled the salary. They will be the first to, they'll get it in maybe in trans, but I intend to complete it by, if I have the money and if I can borrow somewhere, the only way to really improve them is to double their pay. And I promised them, and they would have it little by little. Next year they would have a bit of an increase here and there in the allowances and everything. Because you cannot do it with one stroke you have to worry about the other police, Coast Guard and everything. But they are included. But how about the teachers? How about the the workers, agricultural workers and everything? I cannot cope up with the present financial standing of the government. But I just made it a priority so that I can stop the corruption of the police. 30% of the police workforce corrupt. That's my headache. That's why you have to deal with them, because you do not have the money. You have to deal with them with an attitude. And I said that if you are the ones into drugs, I will just have to kill you. You'll be the one to go first. You will be the one to go first. And a lot of them have lost their lives since then, here during my administration. But, you know, if it is really a matter also of extrajudicial killing, I'd like to inform you. Ito ba yung papel na? You know, in Mindanao, where shabu is being cooked incessantly 24 hours a day, I've declared a state of lawlessness to justify the entry of the armed forces, to mix it up with the police and exercise police power. If it is really a judicial, extrajudicial killing, I have members of the police killed in police operations, 30. Wounded, 60 severely. The armed forces, because it's in Lanao, people that are well armed. Killed in action, it's 58. Then the wounded is 256. So if it's extrajudicial killing, how come I'm losing this many of my policemen and soldiers? To think extrajudicial killing is just simply tie his hands and shoot him. Or just in a casual manner, ask him and shoot him in the head. I have lost government men. And they would always saying that it's about extrajudicial killing. At least not, it's not my cup of tea, killing people. Marami akong namatayan. Just give you the figure. That's why you see me on TV flying there and there, everywhere, to just visit the wake of these guys to show my solidarity. And every time they're wounded, I fly to Holo and Basilan to pin on them the Medal of Valor.